Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be bringing you something a little different, at least from my channel. Today is going to be a hunting video. Now if you don't like seeing animals humanely killed, you probably want to stop this video right here and either fast forward to the very end or not watch it at all. With that said, this hunt is going to start just after I had parked the Pioneer and headed into the woods. So let's go ahead and check it out. So we're about to head in the woods this afternoon. It's definitely on the warm side. You can see I am wearing a short sleeve right now. I do have my cover garment in the back. So once I get in and get settled, I'll throw that on just to kind of camo up. But it's definitely warm today. I do have a good steady north wind, so that should be pretty much perfect for my stand. With that said, I am pretty much gunning for does. Right now I'm just looking to get the freezer full. Once I get that knocked out, since it is sort of early still, I can ride out the rest of the season just looking for bucks. I am hunting with my DD5 V3, and I do have a full playlist on this rifle that I will link down below. If you're seeing this, I must have been successful this evening, hopefully so. So with all that out of the way, I'm going to head in the woods, get settled, and see what happens this afternoon. Well, I made it to the stand. I'm all settled in. I'm going to give it just a few minutes. I'm going to throw my jacket on. Hopefully I didn't make too much noise, and here in a couple hours, they'll start moving. Have some luck. I just doubled up on two freezer queens. Old DD5 did the trick. Had 5 come in, 2 over here. Next thing I know, I had 3 more come in. Picked out the biggest one, shot her. She ran over there. I know I heard her crash, probably 25-30 yards. And I was kind of just gathering my thoughts, and I look over here, and there was still a deer in the field. And the next thing I know, the second biggest doe that was over here, she was working her way around through the thicket here, and she started blowing, which instantly made me want to shoot her. And she made a mistake of, as she worked her way through the thicket, she crossed a little opening right there on the back of the field. You probably could see that. So I went ahead and sent her to the freezer as well. So got my work cut out for me. I'm going to pack up, go trail this one over here, and then go check that one out, head to the skinning shed. In conclusion, I would call that a very successful hunt. I do apologize for the lack of footage after I actually got out of the stand. I wanted to video the blood trailing and the recovery of the animals, and also show you everything at the skinning shed and whatnot, but I just didn't have enough time to get all of that on video. Both of the shots were pretty much a textbook double lung. The first shot, the deer was slightly quartering away, so I hit her on the back of the lungs, and the bullet exited right on the edge of the shoulder. She went about 20 or 25 yards into a thicket. Very quick, very humane, and a very easy blood trail. She was literally dead within just a few seconds of the shot being fired. The second one was very much the same. She was slightly quartering to me, so a slightly opposite angle. I hit her just on the edge of the shoulder, and it exited dead center of the lungs on the opposite side, and she went about 30 yards. Very clean, very quick, and very humane, as it should always be. If you're going to go in the woods and go after an animal, in this case deer, it is very important that you understand your equipment and its limitations, and also your limitations as a shooter. If there is a shot that you are not confident that you can make, be it because of your own skill or your equipment, do not take that shot. Let that animal live and go after him another day. I see far too many hunters this time of year making poor selections when it comes to their equipment and their own skill set with that equipment, making bad shots on animals, wounding them, never finding them, or finding them the next day after the coyotes have already had a meal, and it simply makes me sick. All of that can be avoided. You just simply need to listen to the advice of other hunters and shooters. Unfortunately, most good hunters are not good shooters, and most good shooters aren't hunters. So if you're looking for advice on this particular topic, I would recommend that you try to reach out and find someone that can do both of those things. A good hunter and a good shooter combined can be a very deadly thing. You'll likely see that every time he pulls the trigger, he's successful. Now, if you've been following me here on YouTube or possibly Instagram and Facebook, first off, I appreciate it. And if you're not following me, I would appreciate that as well. Maybe consider hitting that subscribe button, maybe like, drop a comment. It does go to help me out. And if you have been following, you know I have already killed a couple other deer this season. I shot a doe straight out of the gate just to go ahead and start stocking that freezer. I turned around after that and shot a pretty decent 7-point, at least for this neck of the woods, and then the 2 does that you just saw. So I generally try to kill between 5 and 6 deer a season. We do eat exclusively deer meat, so we don't buy any beef throughout the year. So 5 to 6 deer is enough to sustain us from one year all the way to the next. So now that I've got those 4 knocked out, I pretty well got my freezer stocked, at least for now. And since it is relatively early in the season, I can ride out the rest of the season looking for bucks. Of course, if it gets down to the wire the last few days of season, if I haven't had any luck killing bucks, I'll go ahead and knock down a few more does just to finish stocking the freezer. Now, I have been hunting pretty much exclusively this year with the Daniel Defense DD5 V3. I do have a playlist on this rifle, and I'll be adding more videos to that as time goes on, and I'll link that down in the description. But that is my go-to rifle for this season. As far as ammo, as always, I'm hunting with Barnes. This rifle is the DD5 V3, so it is chambered in 308. I killed both of those deer and the other 2 using the 168 grain TTSX. See, I've got it right there on the bottom of the magazine. I've been using Barnes ammo for hunting for 10 plus years. I've used it from 300 blackout all the way to 300 mag, and pretty much everything in between. If your gun will shoot it accurately, I really cannot recommend that ammo enough. It does what it's supposed to every single time, and it is simply devastating when it comes to deer or anything else of a fleshy substance. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video and found the information helpful, or hopefully just entertaining. I'm about to load the Pioneer back up, head to the woods, start looking for a buck. So as always, thanks for watching. See y'all next time.